let's start with the funny things today. I have a new toy to show you, and I'm really proud of it. So, we thought a thing. You know, and we know, that the illusion of a live music is possible following some rules to build a stereo system. Stability is a must. Any element of the system must be separate and insulated from the other components. And then a solid stand is also mandatory. So keep in mind this. To create the illusion, an Hi-Fi system must be stable, separated, and positioned on a separate stand, on a solid stand. Keep in mind this because we did the opposite. The idea was to create an all-in-one solution for any kind of music with all the Sonus faber DNA for any kind of environment. Fortunately, we had an experience that inspired us, the snail, the first project before the starting of the Sonus faber adventure. It was only one system with a subwoofer and 2 satellites that can be adjusted moving the arms. So the idea was great, but we are in 2016. So I thought the 2 arms must adapt automatically. And so I spread this news with my team. And how react our team to this idea? The big boss is always happy, and he asked me to do tomorrow. Filippo is the CFO, he is also... He was scared about money every time. Mirko, you know Mirko. You need to do budget, so he was happy. And then Simone is the manager of production, and he said to me, okay, I will leave the company. And then we have our friend Charlie that loves us because we have crazy ideas. Now the most important part of our lab, Marco Trentin, was very scared about the timing and all the issues that he had to solve on the 3D simulation. And Fiore is always happy to do crazy things. But at the end, I had to manage one of my best friends, and he remembered me that he is bigger than me. So let's call Paolo on the stage to explain you what was the idea.
Well, don't laugh that much because this picture is only telling the truth. At that time, I really wanted to kill Livio, and believe me, there's still a part of me who sometimes is desiring, to keep him and put it against the wall, something like that. Obviously, that happens because at that time, when he shared his idea, I was, honestly speaking, a little bit scared because I could see the huge challenge. Meaning developing this kind of idea. It seemed to me like the tallest mountain, and I was just in the base and I have to climb the whole mountain, so wow. Anyway, let's forget about this for a moment. I would like to say to you good morning. Welcome to the second day of the first Macintosh Group convention in this lovely place, and I have to say that I'm really excited standing here in front of you once again for telling you a little bit from the technical side about our latest baby, our latest achievement. I want to point out, since now that it's not that I was disagreeing with the overall idea. The overall idea seemed to me really great. It's just that in the beginning I couldn't divide the whole thing like I did after, but I was just seeing, you know, a huge amount of progress. But after a while, I went through a long thinking process together with my R&D team, and I started to divide single specific tasks which helped us to technically develop this crazy idea. And in fact, like Livio said before, the starting question for us was, what a traditional two-stereo Hi-Fi system is about? Well, the answer is very simple. Now let's not think about the huge high-end, let's think about an average Hi-Fi system in your home. Since so far, a good traditional Hi-Fi system stereo is the best possible way to enjoy your music at home in an almost live sound quality. A traditional stereo Hi-Fi system, and this is an important part of the thinking process, I would like to keep in mind one specific word. It's basically composed by three elements, and the word I want you to keep in mind is that any of these three elements is doing a specific job in order to achieve the music reproduction. Those three elements are, obviously, everybody knows, we have a source component, which is doing his own job. We have an amplifier, which is doing another part of the job. And finally, we have a loudspeaker system. Everybody knows that, pretty obvious. But a traditional stereo Hi-Fi system, you might like it or not, I'm not talking about the people gathered together here. I'm talking about the people of the street. I'm talking about the people, the common people, require some task. First of all, you always need to connect to the power cord of the active electronics of a traditional stereo Hi-Fi system. It might look simple, but for somebody it is not. You have, as a second step, to combine properly together those three elements. And this is a little bit more tricky sometimes. Finally, they always need to be wired one to each other. And believe it or not, there is people outside of this room which can tell the difference between XLR cable or speaker cable or power cable. And finally, in order to provide the best performance, a traditional stereo Hi-Fi system needs the correct setup in the room. And this is the most tricky part for most of the people. So, we have honestly say that for the today general customer, configuring an audio system is nearly impossible. This is something we really realized. And if you think about it, well, it's not a good news, because the Macintosh Group mission is to spread the biggest amount of music all over the world. And this sounds like an obstacle in some ways. On the other hand, of course, when the end user accomplishes correctly to all the required tasks to make a traditional stereo Hi-Fi system work properly, he has some benefits back, because he has high levels of accuracy in music reproduction. He has a whole frequency extension, because he has deep bass and high definition, high frequencies. And he has a good sense of space. The music is spread over his environment, and this is a very nice effect. A traditional Hi-Fi system normally is also able somehow, I'd like to say, to improve the quality of the life of the end customer. Sometimes just because it is beautiful. Some other times simply because it can spend time with the Hi-Fi system in many different ways. It can stay with the Hi-Fi system alone, enjoying the music, relaxing. Or you can share the music with friends. Sometimes, if the system is powerful enough, he can even make a party together with friends, so he can have very good moments, very good times together with friends. So the challenge, the real challenge, focusing the real challenge about this new development is that we want to keep all these qualities, all these basic qualities, but at the same time we have to reduce the size, and we have also to reduce the complexity. We have to make the music lover's life easier. So, I believe that we can start creating a short ID of the project. what this project is about. Livio already somehow gave us some clues of what we are talking about. First, we are surely talking about an active, powerful, high-resolution, compact, all-in-one device. As a second stage, we are talking about something very easy, a plug-and-play solution which requires simply to connect the power cable and basically you're done. The third point is something very important. I would like to remind you the wonderful speech Mirko made to all of us yesterday, sorry. And the foundation of his speech was about realizing that the world is changing. Of course he is. And in fact, the third thing very important for this project is an up-to-date contemporary music experience. Today we are dealing with wireless streaming solutions which possibly are manageable via tablet or smartphone or PC or any electronic device. Fourth, the multi-room system. I mean, we receive a lot of requests by the customers, by the common people again, which are asking us for solution in order to have music spread over all in their houses. So this is something we have also to take in account developing this new project. So we can go step by step, discovering, keeping in mind what I told you before, keeping in mind that any component is doing a specific job, how we step by step found solutions in order to achieve the final design. The first requirement is something I call the acoustic performance target, or we can call it the speaker job. Now we're talking about about the function normally produced by a traditional Hi-Fi system, the passive loudspeaker system inside of the traditional system. First, the first requirement is strong bass performance and an overall accuracy in music reproduction. The second requirement is a wide and deep sound stage. The third requirement is an easy and enjoyable presentation. Maybe this sounds a little obscure, it's not easy to understand what I mean for that. I simply mean that, think about it. Sometimes you sit down in front of your Hi-Fi system, you put a record, you relax, you have a glass of wine, you close your eyes, and you are relaxing, but at the same time you start thinking. You start activating your senses, which is energy consuming a little bit. Because sometimes there's something in the music reproduction in front of you that needs to be understood. This is something we want to avoid with this project. The music presentation of this project must be an instant crush. Something you fall in love within 1 second. So, let's start from the bass. We have a very clear requirement, a strong bass performance. Okay, we are dealing with a tiny device. We are dealing, as Livio said, something which is far away from being stable, from being divided, from being strong. How can we do that? Well, the only possible solution whenever you are dealing with a tiny enclosure is to develop a specific driver which is able to have a very long stroke, so that it is able to move a lot of air. And so this might sound like a solution, and in fact it is. We were able to achieve a strong bass performance with such a kind of driver. But this is also creating a problem. And the problem is that the high excursion produces a lot of mechanical stress, particularly into a tiny, not so strong enclosure. And we need to find a way to avoid this. We thought that the solution might be to use another driver working axially exactly in the opposite direction, so that we create a kind of a push-push configuration, and in this way, since one of the drivers, while stroking, is giving some mechanical stress to the whole structure, the other driver is exactly doing the same in the opposite direction, providing a negative mechanical stress, so to say. So the result is zero vibration. This is the idea we came with in order to achieve a very, very deep music sound reproduction within a tiny, not particularly strong enclosure. On the other hand, if you think about it, we have in Sonus faber a very nice technology for the bass reproduction. This technology is the static reflex system. And this technology is very good because it is able to provide us some very good thing for the bass reproduction. It improves the low frequency extraction on one end, so it allows us to go even deeper in the bass. And on the other hand, it reduces the total amount of distortion. So we say ourselves, oh my God, let's use it absolutely. And this is how we at least accomplish the very first target, the very first requirement of the deep bass reproduction. Let's go watch into the second requirement. The second requirement is an overall accuracy in music reproduction. You well know that an overall accuracy in music reproduction is the performance of the mid-high frequencies. And the solution right there has been found simply in doing a lot of engineering, a lot of developing process in order to reduce again the size of a traditional mid-range and a traditional tweeter. Particularly, we were able to achieve at 2.5 inches mid-ranges performing very high-end, and probably to modify the existing, probably smallest high-end tweeters, which is the half-inch designed by Peter Larsen. In our opinion, we were very, very happy because this solution, no matter reducing the sizes, allowed us to obtain 100% a performance which is comparable with the one normally available with the traditional speaker. And also we have to say, okay, we accomplished also the overall accuracy in music reproduction. That's very fine. But there's another requirement, and this is really tough. This is really tough. Because we want also to achieve a wide and deep sound stage and an overall really enjoyable presentation. Wide and deep sound stage. Tiny, small device. Wow. This involves a little bit of creativity. This involves a little bit of thinking out of the box. This is one of the things that scared me the most in the beginning. But, and in fact, using miniature high-end drivers was clearly not enough. Luckily, we had another very nice technology available in Sonus faber, the sound field shaper technology. I'm talking about the rear firing drivers in our flagship AIDA. And we said to ourselves, well, this is really the solution. This is what we need to use in order to achieve a wide sound stage coming from the tiny devices. So we placed 2 tweeters and 2 mid-ranges rear firing against the wall, so that the walls works like a magnifying lenses for the rear firing emission, and the result, very nice, is that we were able to achieve a wide deep sound stage no matter starting from a very small device. So we have 2 drivers which are front firing, one a pair for channel in a conventional way, and the other one firing with the sound field shaping technology. And then comes the craziest among the ideas Livio presented us at that time. We wanted to further enhance the enjoyment of the music presentation and of the sense of space, doing what Livio explained before, and this has been really tricky, believe me, because we thought that if we placed the mid-high section into 2 satellites, like the original snail, but we gave the customer the chance to adjust immediately the distance, we could give the music lover the chance to tune up to his own taste the amount of enjoyment of the music reproduction. And don't ask me why, because I still don't know, but we make it. We make it. It has been a very tough under the mechanical side, but this is, I believe, from the research and development point of view, maybe the greatest success in about this project. Of course, and we are still talking about the acoustic performance target, I mean the speaker job, there's another requirement coming out, because you might have noticed that now we're talking about 10 speakers. We have 5 speakers from firing, 5 speakers here firing. Kind of complicated to manage all of them. The solution right there has been found, including some field shaping technology, which is even more tricky. The solution, I was saying, has been found in using a hybrid combination of passive traditional filtering and active filtering. This active filtering has been implemented using a powerful analog device, digital sound processing, which is involving as an input 2 powerful analog to digital converters able to perform up to 56-bit, and as an output 4 digital to analog converters. This way we were able, of course, to solve completely the first main amount of tasks required for developing this project, I mean the speaker job. There's the second big amount of tasks to be done, and this is the amplifier job. We have to find a solution for making the job which is normally provided by the stereo amplifier. The requirement right there is that no matter the very small size, it has to play so loud and enjoyable that you can even make a party. Okay? What is the solution right there? The solution has been found in using some Pro Audio World Class D ultra compact amplifier modules in a 4-channel configuration, which, believe it or not, this solution is able to provide 1400 watts of power available in our project. So, with such an amount of power, we can easily say that the project performs with lifelike dynamic. It might be interesting for you that those kind of Class D amplifiers are the ones which are today normally used to power the PA speakers in a live concert, and are the most recent technology which is endorsed by many bass players today in order to amplify their own rig. We can say that thanks to this solution, even the amplifier job has been accomplished. The third target was the music media target, the source job. And again, I would like to remind you what Mirko said yesterday. The world is completely changed, and this is where the world is changed more than anything else. The requirement right there is that beside the iconic hi-fi sources of the past, we have today a totally different music experience. It's very clear. We are talking about the digital media sources, so we're talking about the wireless streaming solution, manageable via PC, via smartphones, via tablet. And we have also the multi-room experience, as I said before. So the new product needs to have all of these available. What is the solution? The solution came out after a long research, which honestly speaking has not been performed by Sonus faber, it has been performed by the whole Macintosh group. We take under examination several different solutions. And finally we came out that the best possible solution for all those kind of requirements is the DTS Play 5 technology, which has been introduced by Mr. Lau yesterday to you, so I won't spend too much time describing it all over and over again, also because I'm sure I can make a better job than he did. I would like only to remind one important thing. It is a platform which gives you the freedom and flexibility to wirelessly play your music at home. Anyway you want, over your existing Wi-Fi network within a quality up to 24-bit 192 kilohertz sampling rate. So the solution is fantastic because all you have to do is just to download the Play 5 app on your iOS Android device. Now we know that you can download also on Windows soon, and you're basically done. The job is done. The app is assessing your personal music library. At the same time, provides built-in support for several online streaming services. It allows you to manage a DLNA music server in your home. And finally, it provides access to basically all the available internet radios, which is really great. And that's a further important announcement within the DTS Play-Fi technology. And the announcement is about that you can connect up to 8 DTS stereo devices in your house. And you can manage all of them very easily connected to a single Wi-Fi network. So you might have 8 separate rooms where it is possible to stream different music to each room from different mobile devices, giving each family member, each guest, the ability to play his favorite music in a single spot inside of the house. Well, we have to say that this is really the multi-room solution we were searching for. Finally, in order to complete the music media target job, the source job, we did something very simple and very traditional. So basically we provided this new project with 3 further inputs beside the DTS Play-Fi 1. We have a digital SPDIF coaxial connector, we have a digital Toslink optical connector, and we have an auxiliary analog RCA connector. So basically, this gives the maximum flexibility to this new project, connection-wise, so that, for instance, you can connect the turntable. Of course, you have to use a phone station, or you can connect a flat TV screen. This is, I'd like to say, the solution, the final solution, in order to achieve and complete the third big amount of task, what we call the music media target, the source job. So now, thank you very much. I know that all those technical details are always boring, are always, I know very well. Thank you for your attention. I would like to invite Livio to join back on stage.
We took inspiration from the MasterCard because we were searching for something classic, elegant, but also powerful, very powerful. The shells are realized in plywood. We have a long experience in this kind of technology, curving plywood, but this time we make something different. We curved the plywood in 3D dimensions. And only 2 suppliers in Europe can do this kind of job. Believe me, this is not easy. At the end of this process, that is totally top secret also for us, we cover these beautiful shells with our classic walnut finishing, the thing we are famous for. The satellite, we took inspiration from the human eye, and we was searching a lot for the right shape and the right structure. At the end, we decided to use aluminum, solid aluminum, to ensure small dimension and high rigidity. The movement, they think why all the people in Sonus faber hate me. We took inspiration from the hypercars. So the hypercars adapt their aerodynamics to follow the request of the pilot. In this case, our unit adapts its shapes to follow the music request. We goes around searching for the right shape, the right way to move this satellite. At the end, the solution was the easiest. We're working around the circles. All the unit is drawn by circles, so the movement follows the shape of the unit. To do this, we create a very complex but really strong mechanic system. And to assemble this system, we use our best person in Sonus faber in Italy, and they do all the work by hand. So at the end of all these things, I'd like to introduce you the new SF16.
PhDs. One look at her eyes and I'm mesmerized and hypnotized. She has plans in the body of an hourglass. No, she's the one for me. It's her I want to please. No, I can't compare. Not a game of truth or dare. She got me round and around. She got me so upside down. She got me round and around. She got me. I told my boys that I found the best woman around. She's so sweet to my fantasy treat. Sexier than lingerie, strong as a serrated blade, smart as can be. You'll think she had a PhD. One look at her eyes and I'm mesmerized and hypnotized. She has plans in the body of an hourglass. No, she's the one for me. It's her I want to please. No, I can't compare. Not a game of truth or dare. She got me round and around. She got me so upside down. She got me round and around. She got me going here and there and everywhere. Upside down. Yeah. You tell your girl she had the best in the whole wide world. Girl, waitress, get my